The weekend is finally upon us. It is Saturday, and you are watching Smell the Coffee with Diana Master and Glenora Shipura. And you know what? Hey, as much as we would like to be in bed, the show that we have for you is actually way more interesting.
It's the bomb.
It's the bomb. We're actually going to be talking rugby because you actually were talking NSSR.
I know, and we got into rugby. I got to play a little bit of rugby. It was fun. It was fun, guys.
I was there, and we tried to throw around that rugby ball, and
How'd you throw it again? Yes.
So it was a disaster. But unfortunately, we can't give you those clips because that would damage our pride. So we're not going to do that. Just know that it didn't end well, right? And it just wasn't well. But anyway, we are expecting quite the show, or you can expect quite the show today on Smell the Coffee. Stick around. We'll be right back.
I'm now joined by Albert Aries, the secretary for the NSSR Rugby League, and he's going to be telling us a little bit more about the league, how it started, and how it's going so far. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Glenora. How are you?
I'm great. What role does coaches and mentors play in guiding and nurturing the talent within the Under-19 league, and how are they supported in their roles?
Okay, I think most coaches in the Under-19 league have a philosophy by which they work. And that philosophy is not just about what happens on the field. I think that's a small part of it. I think the relationship between a coach and a player is very important because as young aspiring athletes and academics, these players look up to their coaches, and coaches have that role to play of motivating the player, understanding what type of child it is, understanding the strengths and the weaknesses of the child, and obviously building on that foundation. So coaches in the Under-19 league, I don't want to use the word, but many of them are seen as fathers for these players. And many of these players understand that role as not just being my coach, but also giving me fatherly advice, being there, motivating me, telling me where I'm doing things right or where I'm doing things wrong. Because many of these players look for that affirmation from their coaches. So that role, I think most coaches in our setup as rugby coaches, they fully understand that, and I think a large majority of them obviously build on that and try and nurture and mentor these players. In our bylaws and in our constitution, we promote the Namibian child. So we at all times want to give equal opportunity to all of the players playing within the league. Recently, this year, we have knowingly, unknowingly, we have tried to promote more the regional aspect of the league. So the Karas region, which is a very big region and very diverse region, we have tried to promote them more in terms of only just our conversations, but also this year we'd like to go for the last game, we'd like to go down south and have some sort of Standard Bank day, if you can say such, just to promote that aspect of rugby in the south, because they try very hard and they have different circumstances that we in Windhoek, for example, don't have. One of the main things that we see obviously is the fact that the distances in the south are very vast. So the assistance of the financial assistance that Standard Bank gives provides access or provides an opportunity for some of these schools to travel the distances and form part of the league. So in terms of this year, we are trying to promote the southern part of Namibia more. And as we go on, obviously with this journey with Standard Bank, we would place more focus on each region every year that might need our support and assistance.
I think that leads me perfectly into my next question. How does the league collaborate with schools, communities, and rugby clubs to provide opportunities for young players to excel in the sport?
Okay, so one of the main things is we're not an island on our own. We work very closely with NSSU, which is part of the Namibian school sports system, and with the NRU. And part of that discussion, for example, is having the training camps in different areas. Part of that is we as NSSR the value of technology these days is through WhatsApp groups, whatever the case may be, having those discussions, and obviously also having meetings at different times throughout the year and collaborating with them. We as NSSR, with our body, we have regional representatives, and these representatives represent not only their school but also all of the schools within their region. And we try for those representatives to reach out as far as possible for local development in the region. I think one prime example this year was the Rongo region with Mr. Moray Rist. They've got this, let's call this mini league in the beginning of the year, when all of the players that are under 18 come, and they have a, let's call it, in Afrikaans we call it a Raadsbeker, but it is very similar to like a Manco Cup, and the schools right into this competition, and that's part of the development, and that's part of how the schools also collaborate with one another to develop the talent. In the north, they do it also very well with their cup, if I can say so, but it's something that we should formalize more, but I think it's been great initiatives. Also, we support local tournaments, the Desert Festival, RTS tournament. Obviously, there's a lot more that we can do, but time sometimes does go against us. And I think for the next year, there are a few things that are in the pipeline, hopefully.
Now, these all do sound like, steps in the right direction.
Yeah.
I know you're part of the organizing body.
Yeah.
As a secretary. What challenges have you faced in organizing the league, and what have you done to address them to ensure the continued success of the league?
Okay, so one of the main things that usually occurs is let's call it age eligibility. We as an organization, and I know World Rugby also promotes it very strongly, that we play in age groups, and sometimes in the past we had a player card that was incorrect and so forth. This year we've tried to minimize that, let's say, that discussion about incorrect age and so forth, by players and schools registering through the NSSR online, and these players upload their documents, and we've created this database of almost, I think today was almost over 1,000 players that have registered with the NSSR. So by creating this database and having the documents in place, it does help in terms of minimizing age eligibility issues, which is one thing that we're very strict on in rugby, because we believe that the right age should play with the right age, and we don't want to expose players and to unfair games, and to keep the competition healthy. So that's one of the things we had in the past. Hopefully this year it's been minimized a bit with this system that we have in place, and also by introducing, let's call it this IT world that we live in, it also will create more access for us to reach out to the players, because now we have the information of the players, and we can contact the players, and we can start building up a proper database of players in the country, so that we don't lose the talent.
Now, I know you did mention some future goals that
Yes.
the league has. Can you expand a little bit more on that?
Okay, so our future goals, obviously, we would like to increase our number on the Premier League. This is the top league that we have. Currently, we have about 8 schools, and these are traditional schools. We obviously like to see, let's, if I can say, non-traditional schools forming part of the Premier League. This will give more access or more exposure for players to play at a higher level. So if that number can go from 8 to 12 in the next 2 years, that will also be a sign of, are we progressing or are we moving backwards? And then other goals obviously is hopefully to create a tournament for the regions that is a bit longer. Because our current trial system is only over 2 days, but we would like to, and I think it's been a discussion even before I became the secretary 10-20 years ago, to have our own, let's say, mini Craven Week, which is a tournament in South Africa, to have it also here, and that would be great for us also as a sign of development and increased potential.
All right. Now, before I let you go, can you tell the viewers what they can expect for the NSSR Under-19 Rugby League this year?
Okay. So one of the things is we'll have about 12 games that will be streamed live on NTV during the league. We've also, this year, for the first time, in collaboration with Standard Bank and NTV and Synergy, we've also launched the chatbot. So this year, everyone will have access to the chatbot, which will be great. If you type in NSSR, then you will be able to subscribe to the chatbot, where you will have information about the players, you'll have information such as team lists, you'll have information in terms of the fixtures and many more things, where you can also watch the games live through the chatbot. So I think this year is going to be a very exciting year for all of us. And yeah, we hope to see parents, aunties, uncles, everyone next to the field, because it's about 226 games this year. So it's a lot of rugby that will be taking place. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. We'll be right back with more Smell the Coffee.
All right, we'll be talking to Mr. Nelson Ashipala, who is the manager for corporate communications, social media, and MICE at Namibia Wildlife Resorts. And we are talking about the NWR Marathon. How are you, sir?
Good, thank you. How are you doing, Ashwin?
Fantastic. Good to have you here on Smell the
to see you
Coffee.
again.
Yes, yes, good to see you. So, NWR Marathon, can you explain its primary objectives? Is it just about fitness?
I think the NWR Marathon is it's something which is almost new to us. It's something we started, I think, 3 years ago. This will be our third installment. So it's not only about fitness, but it's about creating a community and understanding that that NWR has one strong vision, which is allowing locals to travel. So we have brought this concept around to ensure that we expose Namibians to our different resorts.
All right.
So that's why we are taking it to Grossbarmen this time. It's the only time that Namibians can get to experience Grossbarmen for free.
All right.
Yeah, you enter in and out. So it's why it has that objective, and
right.
amongst other things, yes.
Oh, that's really nice. I mean, because also if you let's say we dial back to centuries ago before transport, the only way to see the beauty of the country, you'd have had to walk or run.
All right. Exactly. So yeah.
Nice
yes, so that's that's the whole background behind it, and it's quite exciting. I think the first one, the feedback actually came from the first one which we had in Windhoek.
All right.
So our clients felt, look, Nelson, we've been running the streets of Windhoek
For a long
forever.
time, yeah.
We are Windhoekers.
Yeah, take us somewhere.
Take us somewhere.
Yeah.
And we thought, where do you guys want to have it? And they said, let's have it somewhere scenic.
All right.
So actually, that's also where the name came from, the most scenic marathon in Namibia.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
so
Very
that's
interesting.
yes.
Okay. So when and where will the marathon take place?
So the marathon takes place on the 1st of June. That is next weekend.
Okay.
Next
All right.
weekend, Saturday.
All right.
At Grossbarmen Resort.
Okay.
That is right outside Okahanya. The good thing about it is also with the new highway that we have, the route has been cut shorter. So people can actually get there faster.
Okay.
So it's one of those, we'll have the Okanja community coming out for us to support all the
Yeah,
runners.
because I was going to ask,
Yeah,
how will it contribute to community development?
Yeah, so I think it will push it up there. So with this marathon, what we have done is we have brought in the concept of buying shoes for school-going children.
Okay.
So all the proceeds from the marathon, we are buying shoes for one of the schools in Ohangwena region. We're also buying shoes for a school in the Kavango East region. Remember last year we had teamed up with the anti-poaching unit of the Ministry of Environment. So we bought them beanies and all those nice things that they're able to use for anti-poaching.
Yeah.
So the proceeds, we always plow it back into the community,
which is essential.
So it has that touch of it, and whoever runs, they feel that they've contributed much to, to society and so forth. So
no, it's very important, and in a sense, you could say NWR connects Namibia because you are connected to the entire country. And, for you to run a marathon at Grossbarmen and to be able to assist a child, especially heading towards winter in the Ohangwena region, is really a good way to be connecting Namibians. So what can participants expect with regards to, I know you've touched on it, but the marathon route itself and the scenery?
I think besides the scenery, I've run that route so many times and I never get enough of it. I think what participants, this time we've brought in the concept of also cultural tourism.
Okay.
So surprise, surprise, we will have a few culture groups that will dance for the runners.
Oh.
Yes, that will dance for
Yes.
for many of our runners. We'll also basically have it's so many surprises. For example, with a 5 kilometer distance, that's mostly popular with families and kids and so forth. You know, your under 12s.
Yes.
We will have some little egg hunting,
All
where many of
right.
our sponsors have brought on little prizes to give out to kids.
Wow.
It will be fun. It will be fun, and
Yeah.
most importantly for you, Ashwin,
Yes.
the beer tent.
Oh, I can do that. I can definitely live with that. If you put that at the finish line, I'll get to the
Yes.
finish line first.
Yeah, so it will be it's and the good thing is it keeps on growing
All right. Yeah.
as time goes. I think we've been getting reviews from the past
Yes.
where contestants felt or participants felt it's too quick of an end. You
Oh,
know, once
okay.
it's done, they have to drive back to Vendu.
Yes.
You know, they still want to hang out.
So they want to have a full
Yeah,
experience.
they want to have a full experience. The thermal pool will be open to all the runners.
All right.
So for those who haven't experienced that beauty of the natural spring,
Yes.
it will be open to all the runners,
Wow.
the pool as well. And for those who will be overnighting, we'll
Yes.
also have special entertainment, I think, the whole night.
All right.
So it'll be
wow.
fun.
No,
It'll
that's
be
a
fun.
full
It'll be
experience.
fun. It'll be
I mean, look, there's a lot of detail involved in this, something like the scale of such an undertaking. So have there been any challenges that you faced?
If you look at me, I've lost weight. It's, and I was telling my team, I think, guys, I'm done with planning these things. It'll take its toll on you because you know you want to create that beautiful experience. Obviously, some things will not work, some things work, but in the end, it's very rewarding seeing runners talking about it, looking
Yes.
forward to it,
Yes.
and most importantly, when they get that beautiful medal.
Yes.
Oh, just to highlight, we have a special designer for medal this time around.
All right.
Yes, I know with runners, they are very strong on medals.
Oh,
So
yeah,
want
they
them
love
also
their
to be-
medals.
yeah, to be done in a certain way.
All right.
So, yeah, we have gone out and about to ensure that we give them a special medal.
Okay.
I think planning is obviously something that will take a toll on you, but I think we have done it. We're in the last week now.
Yes.
Just final touches. Just to highlight, one of our sponsors will be traveling there to ensure that all of our runners have access to Wi-Fi
All
around
right.
the facility.
Okay.
So this is our sponsors ensuring that the event is memorable.
All right.
So it will be amazing.
All right. No, that is incredible. Can you elaborate on some of the sustainability initiatives?
Some of the sustainability initiatives, like I've highlighted, is for example, now the school-going children that will have access or that will get these shoes.
Yes, yes.
I think this is us plowing back into the community.
Yes.
Part of the funds also will be utilized to build school gardens across the country. I'm not sure if you're aware, but last year we announced having to build school gardens across the country, and we've built 2 school gardens
All
that
right.
are actually flourishing.
All right. That's wonderful.
We are going to build some more. I think this year we're going to take about 5 or so.
All right.
So this is some of it that comes out. The anti-poaching unit they've received our gifts very well. They're saying
All
it's
right.
actually helping.
Okay.
We were a bit concerned about the rhino poaching numbers.
Yeah.
And this is when we said, look, let's just buy all the proceeds. Let's take care of those
Let's
guys.
take
So we are hoping that can plow back into it.
All
It's a small fix, but we're hoping it's a fix.
All right, all right, okay. So, how do you envision the marathon growing over the years? I mean, right now it's already showing significant signs of growth.
Ashwin, to tell you right now, just to highlight, the marathon entries are closed.
Okay, yeah, naturally.
The number is just too large.
Yeah.
And I know my team was encouraging me, look, Nelson, let's just push it up another 500. I told them, no, guys.
No, it still has to work. It still has to work, yeah.
It's growing.
Yeah.
I think the team on the ground has realized that we perhaps have to look at increasing the numbers one more for next year.
Okay.
It's really becoming something amazing. I mean, having a marathon close its entries 2 weeks before the actual date, that shows that
Yeah.
it's quite
People
popular.
are enthusiastic.
We want to make it one of the biggest in Namibia.
Yes.
For next year, we are trying to make it a qualifier for some of the big races that we have in
All
Africa.
right.
You know, your usual, your comrades and so forth.
All right. Oh, that's
trying
really
to
cool.
put up good seedings and so forth. So
Yes.
that's how we're trying to grow it.
All right.
It's growing.
It's growing.
But you know, with growing, it comes with challenges.
Yes, yes.
So sometimes it's better not to be greedy. Just cap it.
Just, cap it and just,
ensure that you give those that you have a
Yeah.
good time and so forth.
All right. Thank you very much, Nelson, for joining us.
Thank you.
Solid stuff. So that was Nelson Ashe Shipala, Manager for Corporate Communications, Social Media and MICE at Namibia Wildlife Resorts. And we were talking about the NWR Marathon, which is on the 1st of June.
1st of June, Grossbaumann. I think we start at 6.
All
nice
right.
and nice and early.
Nice and early, nice and cool. But
so yeah.
if you're like me, you know that there's a cool beer at the end of that trip.
It motivates.
All right. Thank you for joining us.
Sure.
My name is Kupa. I work here at Unique Medispa, and I will be talking to you about the IV treatments that we offer. So the IV treatments we offer range from the IVs that are good for the skin, that are good for the immune system, to also just boost your energy levels. So right now we have a client that just did the Skin Bright IV. So the Skin Bright IV is the strongest IV we have, essentially. So it will be very good to brighten up any hyperpigmentation, to smooth out your skin tone, and it also has the added benefit of boosting your immune system because it has that vitamin C in it. So the brightening IV can be done, it depends what your main goal is. If it's just to even out your skin tone, it can be done once every 2 to 3 weeks. But there's a very big but. If you do want to use it to lighten the skin, of which it can do, you can take it once every week or once or twice every week. That will now be up to you because it is on the pricier side. So lightening the skin is possible, it's just very expensive, and you'd have to combine it with some chemical peels just to take away, like in the knuckles, those areas are very stubborn, so you'd have to do some chemical peels to just lighten those areas as well. Then we have the lesser version of the Skin Bright IV, which is now your Skin Glow IV. That one is actually the most popular IV that we have to even out the skin tone, to help the chemical treatments that we do, like the chemical peels that we do. And we do recommend you combine it with our Glow Drink, which is a supplement that you drink at home. You take it twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, before you eat. It's always important to take it before you eat. Makes it easier to absorb into the body. That one is very, very strong and it's very good. It's actually our best-selling product as well. Then we have our Immune Booster IV, that is now our Mayor's Cocktail. That one's very good also to treat hangover symptoms, to treat any fatigue, any muscle tiredness, and just especially during the end of the year, that's when we see most clients doing that IV, because it really does help their bodies just to get through the year, just to finish off strong. So that's a very good IV. That one can be done once every 2 weeks, so not too often because the ingredients cannot be in surplus in the body because that will just cause problems. Then we also have our Get Glow IV, which is like the Skin Glow IV, just not as strong. That one can be done once every week or once every second week. That will also be dependent on you. Then we have our 2 IVs. We have one that's just glutathione only, then vitamin C only. Those ones also just for the skin, which is the main benefit of those 2 IVs. Those ones can be done once or twice a week, or you can do them once every second week. Then the last one we have is the vitamin B12 IV. That one is just to boost your energy levels. So that one's also good for end of year fatigue, even if it's not end of year, just fatigue in general. That one's very good. It can be done once a week or once every second week. That will be up to you. Okay, so this is our Glow Drink. This is the Glow Drink that's very good combined with the IV. On its own, it's very effective. With the IV, it just boosts the effect. So it can be taken twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, before you eat. So what makes this so strong, so good, and our best-selling product is the fact that it has vitamin C, vitamin E, glutathione, MSM, and collagen. So that's a powerful cocktail. So you definitely see results with this one. Okay, so this is our collagen drink. So we have 2 types of collagen. We have the liquid marine collagen, which is this one, and we have the hydrolyzed collagen peptide. So this liquid one comes from fish. So the reason why this one is very effective is because the fish collagen penetrates into the skin better than the bovine collagen. So the bovine collagen is the one that's the collagen powder, the collagen peptides. And this one's even better because it also has your hyaluronic acid and your vitamin C, which will hydrate the skin and also help with that hyperpigmentation. This is now our hydrolyzed collagen peptides, which come from bovine. Bovine is cow. So this is collagen from cows, and it's very good for the skin, for your hair, your nails, your joints, so everything in the body. It's just that, as I said, for the skin, we would recommend the liquid collagen over this one. But if it's for general use, this one is a very good product to opt for. And also the collagen concentration in this is very high. It's actually one of the highest concentrations you'll find on the market.
Now, Diana, I know you've told me you don't want to be a marathon girlie.
I don't. The problem is, Glenora, I don't know, I don't know if you don't listen when I talk.
No, but I want you to join me.
The thing is, like, I commend everybody that's running, because I'm pretty sure everybody that woke up today to go run. Yeah, I commend you guys
that are doing the NWR marathon. That's amazing, guys.
That could never be me. Like kudos to you guys. Like, don't get me wrong. I respect people that run. Will I do it? Never, because even the Bible says the wicked run when no one is chasing them. I'm just saying, because like leaving the comfort of my bed
just to go run
at like 5 a.m. Guys, like really, y'all are strong. My sister tried to get me to run, but I was just like,
so I'm trying to get her to run, do hiking. So, fingers crossed, keep your fingers crossed.
You can uncross them, because that's not going to happen.
At least the hiking.
Okay, hiking I could, but running, even my body, when I start running, my body itches. Same, my body actually itches.
It's like everywhere.
Yeah, it's like everywhere, because I thought that was
and
just
then you
me.
and I are asthmatic, so I also have to like...
Exactly. So the running, we don't, even on the treadmill, wherever it may be, we do not run. But anyway, we do hope everybody that is enjoying the NWR marathon is having a blast. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Hopefully one day Diana and I can join you guys.
Virtually. We are with you in spirit. On that note, that does bring us to the end of today's episode of Smell the Coffee. Thank you so very much for joining us. We do hope you enjoy your weekend.